Hi there, it's Malcolm Campbell again, and Aging with Joy. And this is a conversation that's happening over about five different videos, a series of five videos. And the overarching theme of this series is that nothing matters so much as that you feel good. And of course, the primary thing that follows that kind of a statement is how do you get there from wherever you are? And that's what we're about. The whole series is about how to get to a place of feeling good so that that's the dominant expression or dominant experience of your life as you move forward from day to day in your process of growing older. So nothing matters so much as that you feel good. Okay, how do we make that happen? Well, the first point to notice about it is that it's possible for you to simply choose it. you could just choose to feel better, and that can happen. It may mean that you have to do something else to actually get to a place of feeling better. But the first thing is to notice that wherever you are, it's possible to feel a little bit better, and it's a choice that you can make to get there. And reach for a thought that feels better is really a good mantra about exactly that. But first, just choose. And there are all kinds of ways to get there besides just making that choice itself. There are plenty of people playing around you that can help you to get there. We have psychology and psychiatry and philosophy and yoga and spirituality and religion and I don't know, and soccer, all kinds of ways that you can participate, all kinds of ways that you can take advantage of that will allow you and help you to feel better. And I'm wanting to say, first of all, I'm wanting to say those things, most of those things all have value. I've certainly taken advantage of a number of them myself, and I appreciate them. But I do think it's possible to get there more directly, and that's what we're about today. We're saying that you can choose to feel better, and that you can choose to make a difference in how you are in your life, and you can make that exactly true in your life right now and on a continual basis. So we start with the energy model. And first, I would like to say of the energy model that I am not telling you that I think the energy model is true. You can or not according to your desires, but I am saying that it works, and because it works, it's useful. There are 4 points to the energy model. The first one says that everything is energy. Everything that exists began as energy. It all began with the Big Bang at the beginning of the universe, and all the stuff that flew out from that, and became what we are today, and what will happen tomorrow. And that's the first thing. Everything is energy. The second thing is you and I are constantly transducing energy. That is to say, we are energy devices. This is point number 2. We are energy devices, and the kind of device that we are is energy transduction devices, and that means we bring in energy of one kind and we put it out as some other kind. We bring in energy in one form, food, water, air, and we put it out in another form, effort, ideas, energy, videos. um, we are transduction devices. If we stop transducing energy, we die. Number 3, the pulse of energy from you is going out in all directions all the time, 360 degrees, three-dimensionally. And number 4, it is interacting with similar energies that are coming from wherever else in the universe, and that similar energies attract each other, and that is how stuff happens. Uh, the example of that would be probably most of us have had the experience of being in a room full of people, maybe an energy, maybe a meeting, maybe a party, something like whatever. A lot of people in the room, and you identify someone across the room who gets your attention for some reason, and it seems that you're getting that person's attention too. And over the course of time, the two of you manage to find your way across the room and talk to each other. That's a very simple example of similar energies attracting each other. What's great is that you can know what's happening with your energy by noticing what your emotions are, because your emotions and your energy are almost exactly the same thing, and it's easy to do. We think of it in terms of having only 2 emotions. You're either having a positive emotion or a negative one, and then it's not just you either, but all things including thoughts and emotions, are vibrating, and they're bouncing around out there and attracting each other. So uh, here's what counts next. Science calls this, by the way, the law of attraction, and they say the whole universe exists because of it. Brian Swim, I think he's a physicist, he's a UCSF guy. Anyway, he wrote a great little book called The Universe is a Green Dragon. And in it, he talks about exactly that same thing, that what holds every part of the universe together that has an identifiable identity is that there are parts that are attracted to each other and they stay together because of the law of attraction. It's really simple, and yet it can go on and become very complex. But the basic thing about it is it's simple. It all happens because there's a law of attraction and similar energies attract each other. So your focus of attention, whatever that is about, whatever kind, is your focus of energy. And your focus of energy and the object of your focus attract each other. That's the beginning of manifestation. And there's a formula for this if you want to use it deliberately in your life, to use it to make a tool that you use from time to time. The formula is that you desire, first of all, drives your focus of attention, and that it draws life force into your experience. So when you focus your attention on something that you desire, you can notice, if you actually look, you can feel it in your body. Desire does something in your body. You can feel it kind of innervating. You can feel it kind of not innervating. You feel it energizing, and you can actually become aware of that change in your physicality just by focusing on something that you have a desire for. And that change we call it also life force. It's about bringing life force into you. So desire minus resistance, then back to the formula, desire minus resistance. Resistance means thoughts that contradict your desire. That's really the definition that we're going by. So if you have resistance to something, meaning you have thoughts that contradict your desire, then you're going to have a less effective manifestation than if you don't have any resistance at all. So desire minus resistance equals manifestation. So let's break this down a little bit. Suppose you have a desire for a red sports car, and you think red sports are really great, and there's a particular red sports car that you especially like. Maybe it's a Corvette that's beginning to look like a European supercar, and you really have a desire for that car, and you think how great it would be to have that parked in your own driveway, until you realize that, well, Corvettes are they're pretty noticeable out there, and especially if you have a red one, what's probably true is you're going to attract a lot of police attention. You'll probably get a ton of tickets. I think I would, because I'd want to experience what that Corvette can do. I'd be moving it around. And sure enough, that I have a fear that if I had it, I'd get tickets. Well, now here's what's happening. That fear of getting tickets, that thought that the red Corvette is noticeable and draws attention, that's a piece of resistance. It's a thought that contradicts your desire, my desire. So the thought that contradicts the desire lessens the tension between the two objects, me and the object of desire, and it's probably going to cause it to not happen at all. Manifestation may not happen at all. And the Corvette, it keeps moving, although I attracted it. It doesn't keep moving, just go on by me to the next person who isn't having resistance to having that Corvette, and son of a gun, they end up with it over there. Well, it can happen the same way with a job. You can think, I'd really like to have this great job as a lawyer, as a stocks broker, as a business owner in a bookstore or whatever, and then realize that as that kind of a job evolves, as it develops, what you find is that job is going to require an awful lot of time. And that awful lot of time may be more than you want to devote to it. Maybe you want a job to be only something that you do that provides the ability to do a lot of other things. If the job takes up most of your life, that's not so good. That's a bit of resistance. The manifestation of that job is a lot less likely to happen because you now put some resistance between you and it. This series is really about aging with joy. So this tool, this energy model, is really useful. You can use it yourself. You can use it as a way to manifest things that you want to pay attention, that you want to have happen in your life. You can also use it to understand how some of the things that are going on in your life go on that way. And you can use it as part of how you're gathering tools to make sure that you are in charge of how you feel, and that how you feel is really important, and that it's okay to age with joy. So that's it for today. choosing to feel good, noticing your thoughts and which ones get your attention. Notice the shift in your emotions and your energy, and you're beginning to managing your energy. You're beginning to manage your energy. You're moving toward having a good time more of the time, feeling good more of the time, and toward aging with joy. If you have questions, contact me by email. It's MC, that's my initials, MC at malcolmshouse.com. Malcolm is spelled with two L's. Who knows why? MALCOLM. malcolmshouse.com. Thanks for being with me. Drop in again next week. Thank you very much.